This is my store in Retail Tycoon 2, and right now, it's a cheap, dirty place. But I had some big ambitions. How fast can I go from this all the way to $100 million? Well, a very long time, but let's begin. I created a new save for my store and named it Habibi Co. I then chose a plot for it and I didn't like this color, so I'm just gonna choose a better one. Much better, but anyways, we have a very long way to go and this tiny little starter store just isn't gonna cut it. It's very small and very expensive, so I'm gonna delete everything to get all my money back. We have over 30k now, and I also finished off by replacing the grass with dirt for some more money. Now we have almost 40k, which is a good amount of money to build up our new store. We of course need parking spaces, and I then added these small little cheap walls and some furniture shelves since furniture can make a lot of money. I finished off by adding all the other stuff to make our store actually work properly, and after adding a ceiling, we were done. And now you may be thinking, this store looks like trash, but it doesn't really matter since it works and we'll just upgrade it later. Anyways, I have 20k left, which is pretty good, but my truck is very small. So I spawned in my truck and started driving to the dealership. I decided to buy this van for $10,000 since it can hold more stuff and also because furniture takes up a lot of space. I sold my previous truck to get some money back, and now let's go to the loading dock to get our furniture. There's so many items to choose from and furniture has some very good prices. So I just bought a ton and loaded it up into my truck. Now we can go back to the store, but I forgot another thing, which was our unloading dock. Don't worry though, I quickly added it and now I can unload my furniture. Now all we gotta do is stock up our shelves with all that furniture. And now that we're all done, I finished off by hiring a janitor and opening my store up. And oh yeah, our customers started buying everything. Well, not really. And I got tired of being a cashier. So I hired a cashier and restocker for some more automation. Now since my hands are more free, I can focus more on my store. So I went to deliver more furniture a couple times. Very, very nice. We have some more money, so I bought a finance desk and hired a worker for it. Now, cheap and poor customers who don't have enough money to buy stuff can get a loan for it. This guy, for some reason, didn't get a loan though, but I think it's just because he's too poor.
Oh my god, you're so good.
We're very far from our goal, so I'm gonna start grinding a little bit for some more money. We reached $10,000, which is our first milestone. I wanted some more automation, so I placed a driveway for my delivery truck and I hired a truck driver to do the job for me instead. I used the extra money to buy a bunch more furniture and now I'm gonna AFK for a little while. We have 5k and I found the sneaky little pig trying to steal my stuff. My store has literally no security, so let's add a couple metal detectors. And I also hired a guard to stop any robbers. Anyways, I AFK'd for some more time, but I saw another robber coming in. I wanted to see if my guard was gonna even do anything, but instead he was literally just running around in some random place. I should probably hire another guard and also add a security camera. Now our security level is much better, and Habibi Co is well on its way to getting $100 million. So let's AFK for 10 more minutes. I have some more money now, so I used most of it to buy even more furniture. My store is looking kinda ugly, so I'm gonna invest some money in a new concrete floor, and I also added 2 balls as decorations. I'm gonna add some windows and walls later on when I have enough money. But aside from that, I walked all the way back to the dealership and decided that I'm gonna save up for this bigger truck that costs 30k. So let's AFK for some time. But then all of a sudden I saw this guy. Got the hell out of my store! Every time I play a game, this guy shows up and does the exact same thing every single time. I can't lie though, he had a very beautiful store.
You have a stupid... Your store looks like a donkey hall.
Anyways, back to grinding. I have just over 30k, which is enough for that truck I was talking about, so I'm gonna go to the dealership and buy it. I bought it, and since I'm not gonna be using the van I had, I sold that for a little bit of extra money and went back to the loading dock. This truck can fit much more furniture, so I loaded up and went back to the store and unloaded my truck. Very nice. My truck was only partially unloaded, and I checked my inventory to find myself having literally no inventory space left. So let's add a few more storage shelves. That should be good, and now my truck can fully unload. I went back into build mode and forgot that metal detectors badly affect our decoration levels. So I added a couple plants and decorations. That should help out our rating more and stop our customers from complaining. But I still need more money to build the walls and windows. So let's save up. This should be enough money, so I got a sliding door and placed it down. I also added a few windows instead of those little walls and continued making my store look better. But then I had negative money. Oh no. Anyways, I finished up and now our store is looking more polished. So let's AFK for a couple hours. It's been 2 hours and I now have 140k. This store is quite small and I think now would be a good time to finally upgrade. So I deleted everything I have, and now that that's all done, we can start focusing on our next store. I don't really like how everything's white though, so let me just quickly rejoin and now we're good. So I went into build mode and placed some parking spaces. That should be enough, and I'm gonna start placing some doors and windows for our exterior. I also added some floors, a roof, and a bunch of other stuff. And now the exterior is mostly complete, so we can start working on the decorations. Our 100k store is almost finished. Oh my god. And it's looking pretty good. But we still gotta build the interior and place all the shelves, so I'm gonna quickly do that too. I placed down some cargo shelves for some more storage and started working on all the other inside stuff like shelves and finance desks. Now the store is actually finished and it looks so beautiful. Oh yeah! We also had exactly 60k left, which is pretty cool. And we can use that money to buy some more stuff. So I just spammed clicked a bunch more furniture. And while we wait, I should probably stock up all my shelves. And now everything seems ready, so let's open it up and pull in racks of money. Made one teeny tiny mistake though and forgot to upgrade our sign, which is a problem. Now it makes sense why we had so much money left over, but we can still save up for it, so let's do a 10-minute test to see how much money the store makes. And after 10 minutes, we made about 30k, which is pretty crazy. That's plenty of money for the sign we need to buy, so I placed a new one. And now Habibi Co has a bigger sign and a bigger empire. Luckily, nobody has robbed our store for a long time, and we were starting to get close to our first money trees, which can boost our earnings. Aside from that, we have no money, so I'm gonna grind for an hour. It's been some time and I have over 150k now. That's pretty good, but let's check on that stupid guy next to our store.
Oh! Is this new? It's new? What are you, like, stupid or something?
I honestly don't know what he was showing me, and then he just got in a cyber truck and just left. He went to check out my store
You
and...
like my new store? You like my store? What? Can you repeat yourself? I'll go kill you.
Anyways, since I have a pretty large amount of money, I spent most of it on investing back into a bunch of furniture and kept grinding so we can make a $1 million store. We had $500,000 now, and I felt like decorating since it's around that time of year. So I added a bunch of holly jolly bushes with lights, and I also added a bunch of other merry jolly items. Now that my store looks like Santa Claus, I checked and we were about halfway to getting our first money trees, which we really need since we're kind of earning quite slowly now. I'm gonna keep saving for $1 million so we can build our more efficient store. We've been here for 12 hours total and I made a bad mistake, and it's that this whole time I had exercise equipment for this shelf instead of a dining table. We're probably gonna get one less money tree because of that, but anyways, we finally reached $1 million. Even though that's only 1% there, we can probably build a much more efficient store now. So I went into build mode and just bulldozed everything. Now that our plot is all empty, we should probably get a bigger truck since we're so rich. So I got in and drove to the dealership. This time, I'm gonna buy this semi for $60,000 and it'll be able to hold much more furniture. I also sold my previous truck since we didn't need that bull crap, and then drove back and gave it to my worker. Now we can start building the store. So I got into build mode and I'm gonna buy a couple pieces of land so we can make our bigger store. That should probably be enough space, so I built a parking lot and a sign. Now let's build all the walls and windows. I added a couple finance desks and a little fixing, and now let's continue building. I tried to be more strategic with placing stuff, so I put cash registers closer to the parking lot and placed a bunch of shelves. Now I just need to add all the finishing touches, so I added the roof and decorated the interior with floors and a bunch more stuff to make the store look nice. And we're done. This new store looks very nice, and it'll probably make money much faster. I needed to hire an extra cashier and a finance rep, and we also needed to stock our store. This time, I'm gonna be selling much more furniture and also exercise equipment this time, since it can help us make a lot more money. With all that completed, I spent a whole bunch of money to buy a lot of furniture, and we can finally open the store. My feet are tingling because we are getting even closer to our money trees. And we'll even be able to get more since we're selling exercise equipment. I opened up the store and did a 10-minute test to see how much the store can make. And in 10 minutes, we made 45K. That's pretty good and definitely far better than the 30K from our previous store. I still needed to use most of that money to buy more furniture though. So I'm gonna keep buying a bunch and then I'll get a manager later on. I also placed the snowman again, and now we got our snow boy. With that, let's AFK some more. We're now on hour 20 and we have about $2 million. We finally got our first batch of money trees, so I placed them all down and now our sales were boosted by 14%, which is right on time since we'll be able to make money faster. I walked around my store and there weren't many people inside, so I decided that I should add a few more parking spaces. So I went into build mode and made a couple modifications. Now we have some more parking spaces, but I still needed to add some holy jolly decorations. I also added this nice pole. I don't know what it does, but anyways, I'm gonna save up $5 million so I can expand the store and make it better. It's been a couple hours and I was almost at 5 million. I got some more money trees, so I placed them down and now my earnings were boosted by 24%. Anyway, since we're getting pretty close to our goal, let's keep grinding. We had $5 million, which is a lot, but we were still only 5% of the way there. We've also spent quite a large amount of hours so far, but I closed my store and bought some more land for the upgrade. My plan is to trim down the store a little bit and then add a second floor and a parking lot. I used electric chargers for more money and also extended this path and continued building. That should pretty much be finished, so now let's start working on the second floor. I added more storage and tried to make it look like there were tall storage shelves, but then I checked and it just looked really ugly, so I just fixed it by adding a floor and continued building. I built a few finishing touches like windows, and now the exterior should be complete, so let's start working on the stuff inside. I started building some finance desks, and I'm pretty much going to make the second floor just identical to the first floor. And I'm also gonna put all the shelves in the same places. And now our upgrade was complete and it looked so good. I hired a couple workers like cashiers and finance reps and also Snowboy. I got in my truck and went to the car dealer to buy an even bigger truck. But no, I don't need it. So I will buy it at $25 million. I went back and spent literally $1 million on furniture and checked to see that we were gonna get our second batch of money trees soon. Everything was fully stocked up, so I opened up the store but forgot about security stuff. So I quickly added cameras and metal detectors to make sure no dirty pig steals. Our store was all up and running, so let's do a 10-minute test of this store with its new upgrade. And in 10 minutes, we made 60K. That's another step up from our 45K, but I was starting to get tired of mass buying though, so I'm gonna hire a manager in my $25 million store. I kept hearing beeping sounds, so I figured it's a good idea to upgrade my cameras since I have a lot more money to spend now. My store was safer and my cameras could detect much more now, so let's keep AFKing to save up more money. We are now at hour 45 and we have reached $8 million. I unlocked more trees, so I replaced my default trees with them. And now our sales were boosted by 36%. Oh yeah! I bought a bunch more furniture and kept grinding. We're now 16% of the way there, and the game randomly just updated after a whole year, and now my billboard also shows my slogan, and I can also change the store icon now. The game has new updated cameras too, but when I checked the new items, I saw fish. And these fishies have a good amount of volume. I can also get money trees with these new fish, and that's when an idea came to my head. So I built new shelves and filled them up with fish. And since I'm so rich, I'm also gonna buy a new bus station and underground tram as an investment, and then I'll just delete it later. And the new tram station was all complete. I bought a bunch of fish and continued grinding. After a couple hours, I stopped selling furniture and only sold fish as a test. And these fish skyrocketed my income to 111K every 10 minutes. I waited a little bit more, and after only like 2 minutes, I already made 30K. That's crazy! I'm gonna only sell fish until I have 20 million, and I'm gonna upgrade my new store and get a bigger one. I need to sell more fish. Oh yeah. You don't even need a loan for fish because these are all so cheap. Look, everybody has enough money already. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. After only an hour, I got a money tree and I've sold over 7,000 fish almost. A couple minutes later, I even got another money tree. I placed them all down, which means our sales were boosted by 50%. This may be the best way to earn money. Let's keep grinding. 12 more hours have passed, and now I'm gonna sell the bus and tram station to get my money back. I reached $25 million, and like I said before, it's now time to build an even better store. So I went into build mode and started eating everything. I got an extra million from deleting everything, but now that our plot is all empty, we can start building our new store. I added some electric parking spaces that could give us a little boost in revenue, and then I started building the foundations of the store. I wanted to make the store as efficient as possible, so I put everything as close to the doors as possible, just like these finance desks. I'm gonna continue building all the shelves in a nice symmetrical pattern. Now, both sides of the store are pretty much identical like a mirror, so let's keep building the additional things. I also put a bunch more storage. The new cameras from the update made the decoration levels much worse, and now everything is red. But don't worry, since we have a lot of money, I'm able to make all those decorations and security levels super good. Now pretty much all of our decoration and security levels were maxed out, and literally everything was green. I spawned in my truck only to realize that there's now text on the truck, and I had a very good idea. So let's name this truck to something super appropriate. And also a nice new logo. It is a nice picture of Joseph the camel. But anyways, let's keep driving to the car dealership. I finally decided to buy this big balloon this time, and it looked like a fat hot dog. I sold my previous truck for $30K and drove back to my store. I got back and there was almost a garbage crisis because I forgot about the garbage dumpster. I didn't even know where to put it, but after some horsing around, I just placed it in this nice little small area and covered it up. I started stocking all the shelves up along with the new game tables for the store. And I almost forgot about a tram station, so I made some space to place one. I finished off with a little door, and now our store was at last completed. I also added a bus station and this cool looking parking garage. And the inside was also all stocked and ready to be opened up, so I opened it. I walked around a little and there weren't many customers coming in, so I'm gonna add this big sign to attract some more. Now Habibico was a very large empire and we were well on our way to making so much money. Let's do our 10-minute test now. And this store made a crazy $150K in 10 minutes, which is huge. It's definitely much better than any other store we've built so far. So I spent millions of dollars spam buying more furniture, and I'm gonna hire a manager when it runs out. We had more items getting stolen, which didn't really make any sense because we had a maxed out security system. However, it turned out that the guards glitched and were frozen in one place, so I just rejoined to fix the issue. I'm gonna AFK for some more time so we can make even more money. We reached over the 100-hour mark and we had a ton of money. So I decided to finally buy a manager after all this time, and he immediately got to work. Okay, so the managers weren't doing anything, so I'm just gonna keep doing it myself. Quick side note, my brain was acting stupid, but I'm gonna hire the manager back real soon. 1900! I'm gonna sleep. Good night. I now have $69 million, and we were finally starting to get closer to our goal. I left my computer on overnight, and that same glitch that caused guards to freeze happened again. And now I have almost 500 items stolen. We're gonna recover though, but anyways, I unpaused my managers to give them another chance and waited a couple minutes to see if they would make me any money. After a couple minutes, my managers finally started making big bucks, which means I can finally stop manually buying everything. Thank you. Anyways, let's go ahead with our final push for $100 million. It's been over 180 hours and we are finally getting so close to $100 million. And we finally did it! 100 million! Oh my god, are you kidding me? Why did it go back down? Oh yeah! Anyways, I paused all my workers and I want to build one final gigantic mall since we have all this money now. So I went into build mode and deleted absolutely everything. And now that our plot is all empty, I bought all the land expansions for this gigantic mall we're gonna build. Now we should be good. So brace your eyes, as I'm gonna build as fast as a donkey. Okay, and our parking is pretty much complete now, so I'm gonna start building up our exterior. I built this nice mall entrance with a bunch of my money trees and an IKEA, but I'm gonna keep building the rest. And now our $100 million store was finally complete. I bought the maximum number of bus stations, and if we head inside to this beautiful mall, I built a tram station, but the game would only let me place one. This mall sells everything like jewels, FL Studio, On the Ball, and Fort. I also built a bunch of other stores like Unc Jones Bike Shop and some Swedish furniture store, as well as this pet store from the new update. In total, it took 189 hours and 48 minutes, which is a crazy amount. So please subscribe. And I also posted all the layouts from this video in my Discord server, so you can build them yourself if you want. Please don't ask me for a billing. I'm not doing no more, okay? Well, boy.